There was a disaster that occurred today, and of course, it was my fault. If there ever is any sort of major disaster, best believe I am responsible for at least a small part of it.
When she fall in love, I move on to the next again. There you go again with that flow, that retirement. When I'm finished, you get close to game over, bitch, try again.
You know something that I hate? Oh my god! One thing that I fucking hate that people do is whenever I take my antidepressant and people go, oh, is that your birth control? No! If I took birth control, I would be 500 times the amount of a raging that I am at the moment. How was your trip? Fucking awful. We went on a hike in Denver in Colorado, right? The first day that we were there, no, well, we got there at night, and the next day, the very next day in the morning, right? In the morning, my parents took me to walk up the incline, which is like, I think like a mile or so, like basically straight up stairs, up a fucking mountain, right? I think it was something like 2,800 steps, you know? It killed me, quite frankly. I could not breathe. I was still adjusting to the acclimation, you know what I mean? To the what's it called? Elevation, not acclimation. I was acclimating to the elevation. 800? Babes, 2,800 steps. Not 800. 2,800 steps. I counted. Alright, do you guys want to hear the story of the kidnapping now? To preface, right, the Denver airport is, I didn't know this before going in, but is apparently notorious for like horrible shit happening there. First of all, my personal Denver airport story, right? We decided for the airport, which is, do you want to do the math problem for my last video? Why would I do a math problem? I mean, I can, but why? Fuck you, boy, are you? Makes me lose. So the first thing that goes wrong, this isn't the airport's problem, but my big brother did leave his passport in the house we were staying at that was like locked and shut, that we weren't allowed back in. So we had to drive all the way back. This is when we were like a good decent drive out. Like we went pretty far out. Like we weren't close to the house at this point. We had to go back after eating food and everything on the way. We were like, okay, now we have to make that whole trip again, go back, get the passport, and then go to the airport. We were like, okay, it's fine. We still have time, we'll be good, right? So we get this passport from the place, we had to text the owner and everything, and he's good, he's got his passport now, right? Chill. We then get to the airport, and what happens is we were renting a vehicle, so we had to drop it off with the airport people, like that's the whole policy. And so my mom asked one of the workers, where do we go now, like from here to like get into the airport, if like this is our ticket and everything. And he told us to like, and we were looking for a bus specifically, so we're like, which bus goes to this terminal, right? And he pointed like somewhere like over yonder, right? Like it was just like, he pointed us to go like talk to like these people at a desk. So we go over there, we are talking to the people at this desk, right? And then we realize the fucking bus is over there. It's like maybe 200 feet across the road, like down some, or like that's the bus we're supposed to be on, right there. And we're like, oh shit, and we leave, and we run our little selves over to the bus, right? And we're like, shit, that's the bus. My little brother is the only person who manages to get on, and because he was running over there, because we all started running, and he's the fastest, so he started running and got on the bus. As soon as he gets on this bus, literally, like I can envision it in my mind right now because I was so panicked. The doors closed, right? So he gets on, he turned around, was facing the doors, and the doors closed right in front of him. And we were all like, oh shit! Because he did not have his phone with him, he didn't have his bags with him, nothing, right? Like, he didn't have anything with him, and he is not the best at asking for help or communicating. He probably would not have known to go to a help desk. He probably would have just had a meltdown. And also he's 16, like just for reference, he is a minor. And so we all start running up to the bus and we're like, oh, okay, they're probably just gonna open the door as soon as he's like, oh, like I'm not with everyone, right? No. The bus starts fucking driving off and we're like, yo, stop, we have a person on there. And we're like yelling and going like, hey, stop, like making every gesture that you could imagine to stop this bus, and it's not stopping. So eventually my brother starts slapping on the window, on the bus, like, doors, the glass doors, right? In order to get the bus to stop that is taking our brother away to go. We don't actually know where he's going, like, you know? He was, like, slapping on it, and I didn't notice this at the time. Well, I kind of did, but, like, I thought there was a crack on the window beforehand. But according to the bus driver, my brother smashed the window by himself with the slapping of his hands, right? Which we're not sure on. That there's currently like a legal investigation going on because of it, because they said it was a violent act, that because he broke a glass window. But after we got my little brother off the bus, after he broke this window, he stopped and opened the doors, and my little brother got off. And we were like, what the fuck? Anyways, we need to fucking go. We're gonna miss our flight, right? Because this has already taken more time. We need time to check in through security and everything, right? So we're like, okay, we gotta go. We grab him. We go, right? And as we're trying to leave, the bus driver gets off and tries to grab my big brother and says, no, you can't leave. We need to call the police. And we're like, what the fuck do you mean you need to call the police? Violent act? Like, what are you talking about? And he's speaking in kind of broken English, so we didn't really know what he was saying, but he starts to, like, chase us, like, as we're trying to leave and go to our flight. And we're like, what is going on? Like, and so this guy starts chasing us and kind of, like, corners us into the building that we were asking at the help desk before. And they're like, okay, so, and by the way, we were held up for maybe like 2 hours here, where they said we have to go review the CCTV footage, we have to go check out the bus and everything, then we had to fill out an incident report and, like, everything like that. We're like, holy shit, like, how long is this gonna take? Like, they wouldn't let us leave, and, like, that we couldn't get on the bus.
Commercial break.
Subscribe to Beans on Toasty. Who's driving this bus? That's what I said, bro. And so we get, like, over there, and, like, they're like, yeah, we don't know, there's nothing we can do. They're taking forever to review the CCTV footage. They told us it would take less than 5 minutes. It takes, like, 30 minutes. And we're like, just everything about this is taking so long. We're so stressed out. We're, like, my little brother was very stressed out. My mom was, like, extremely distressed because of the fact that they almost took my little brother away. Like, everything was just so bad, right? And so after all of this finally gets resolved, we get taken in the bus, like the little minivan thing. Oh, and by the way, when we arrived at the airport, our luggage got lost. Like, they lost our luggage. I don't know how, but we had to go over there, like, get ID to, like, prove that this was our luggage, like, that they found, and, like, it just got lost somehow. I don't know how. That's never happened to me at an airline before, but anyway. None of this has ever happened to me at the airport. This is the only airport I've ever had this bad of an experience at. And going through security, like, it was really weird. Like, so all of our things got stopped. Like, everyone in my family, all of our stuff got stopped, except for my dad, who went in a separate line. So in this line that we were in, all of our stuff got stopped because I guess my brother forgot to take an iPad out of his backpack, and I didn't take my iPad out of its case, or my laptop out of its case, so it got stopped in, like, the metal detector thing because of that. I also had to get pat down when I was on the way there, but that was another airport, so whole nother thing, you know what I mean? Did they find the guys? This is live! To any law enforcement officers, I am not affiliated with any of these people, and this is not an admission of guilt. Yeah, so the security line took freaking forever, like an hour in, like, the security, and my mom had to pee so bad, and they wouldn't let her leave, but they also weren't checking her stuff. Like, it got pulled to the side, and then, like, 45 fucking minutes later, they were like, okay, like, we're gonna bring it over here and, like, look through it. Can you tell us what's in it? Like, you know, like, what might be? They took it out. It was literally, like, an iPad or something. Go back through it. It's obviously fucking fine because it's an iPad! And I saw them looking on the screen at this fucking very obvious laptop in his bag, in my brother's bag, for like 30 minutes straight. They were like looking at it, and I was like, it's obviously a fucking iPad! Just like, you know? I love cats. Did you just sneeze? Oh my god, she's salivating on it, bro. Guys, don't let her rip it apart, okay? Take care of the cat. Have fun.
Mas o astro rei com todos seus planetas, cometas, asteroides, Terra, Marte.
When I'm out there all alone and feeling far from home, I'm fading into blue.